Welcome to Module Number 3. This is a review of the music portion for partner stunts, pyramids, and jumps. This is the score sheet that Judges 3 and 4 will be using. Getting started. Count the number of athletes that are on the mat. Split the mat that so you and your partner are each responsible for what is going on for a portion of the mat rather than trying to take in the entire picture. Have either your scripting sheet or a notebook to script everything you see. You can see the NiceJ website that links you to the NISFA scoring materials part of the NISFA website. Each judge must script. Be sure you are specific in your scripting. Go over your scripted notes with your partner once the routine is complete to compare. Put your score for each section either on the paper score sheet or the electronic score sheet. Only one score for each section for both of you. Keep track of your scores on the tracking sheet so you have a quick reference and are sure that the teams are correctly placed. If you need to change a score, you must change it before the end of your division. Either change the score on the electronic scoring system or ask the score sheet to be brought back to you. You are each responsible for your own overall score. This is the one place where you do not have to discuss the score. All of the other scores must be a collaborative score between the two of you. The execution in partner stunts is worth 10 points. Look for appearance of the skills being performed. Look at the lines the stunts make from the bases through the top and use your indicators on the judge's resource sheet. Look for no arch in the back. Good stance by the bases, not too wide or out of line. Look at the top lifting through the shoulders so that the trunk and hips are in control. Also look at the flexibility. The top with the feet in close to the shoulder width on skills. The top keeping weight out of the feet, in the arms and through the trunk of the body. Inversions are tall and not at less than 45 degrees to the ground. Also look at the resistance in the dismounts and transitions so the bases are slowing the tops down in the transitions or bump downs and that the tops are not just dropping. The top needs to be lifting up during the transitions and the cradles need to be caught high and absorbed with the legs of the bases. You want to see skills that look good, have great lines, and are strong. Looking for skills that are solid, that there aren't any bobbles or movements, and that make you feel comfortable that the team is in control and in a safe position. Look at the synchronization of the loading skills and the motions in the skills as well as the dismounts and transitions. The team may be losing points in numerous areas, including difficulty, if the team does not hit majority, execution, overall performance, deductions from the safety judges, and this also will send a clear message that safety is incredibly important. It's about quality and not quantity. Partner stunt difficulty is worth 10 points. Use the stunt progression sheet on the NISFA website as well as video examples of some of the skills to help you to identify different skills that you will see throughout the season. Think of the skills in a teaching progression from easier to harder. Number of skills and variety executed throughout the routine should be taken into consideration. So should the number of bases. Maximizing the number of stunt groups in comparison to the number of team members will also drive the score up. 2 versus 3 bases and the use of front spots or having 3 extra people standing around will also have an impact on that difficulty score. Look at the type of technique used for spinning. Look at the grips of the bases. Are they modified versus regular grips? Also, look at the transitions into and out of the skills. Are there inversions? Are there spinning? Are there release moves? Anything that goes into or out of the stunts should be considered. The synchronization of loading skills, motions in skills, and dismounts and transitions can increase the overall difficulty perception. Look at the full group versus the individual skills. Please note that the skills that are not executed will not count towards a team's difficulty score if they have hit their majority. For example, if a team's majority is 3 and they attempt to put up 5 stunt groups and 2 of them do not go up, they have still hit majority with the 3 that did execute. So they can still get their difficulty score, but their execution may be indirectly affected, and that will come into play. Be sure that each stunt group is doing exactly the same skill. A single-based skill is different from a double-based skill. Using hands-on spots will lower the difficulty score. If the stunt is listed in Super Elite and there are hands-on with a spotter, the category will then go down to the Elite stunt group instead. When scoring stunt difficulty, score the 3 hardest skills performed. Look at the number of groups performing the skill. If a skill was performed with less than stunt majority, the skill will move down a skill level. For example, if the team performs an advanced skill, that would move it down to the intermediate level. Look at the number of bases used to perform a skill. If 50% or more of the groups performing a skill use extra bases, the skill will move down a skill level. Again, if they performed an advanced skill and have 50% or more of their stunt groups performing that advanced skill with hands-on extra bases, they would move down to intermediate. It's assumed that tosses will have 3 bases and a back spot. Teams can only choose to do tosses for one of their 3 hardest skills performed. With inversions, look where the inversion starts and ends. It does not matter if the inversion ends up at prep and then presses up to another skill. The skill ends at prep. If there's an extra person standing near a stunt and they are hands off, the stunt does not move down a skill level. Only if that person becomes an extra base does that skill level drop. Here are 2 examples when you drop a level. If the team is using extra bases with 50% or more of the stunt groups performing, in this case, if they're doing super elite skills, you would drop them then to the elite skill level. If the team is not a majority, using your majority grid, you would also do the same thing. You would drop them a skill level. When do you drop more than one level? If the team is using extra bases with 50% or more of the stunt groups performing, plus they move out of majority by dropping a stunt or have not met majority, or if the team only performs one of the 3 required skills. So if they start at Super Elite, the team moves from Super Elite all the way down to Advanced. Also note that a 0 means no majority skill. So be sure that you are really focusing in on this key, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Also, basic or intermediate, 1/2, or advanced elite, 3/4. You want to look at this key first before you go to the grid. The chronology of your difficulty scoring should be you finding the 3 hardest skills. Look for the number of groups and the number of bases for each skill performed. Slide the score based upon the progression of the 3 skills within the level, whether they are super elite, elite, advanced, intermediate, or basic. Other skills performed and the variety. One team does 12 stunts throughout the music portion, and another does the same stunts and same number of athletes doing 15 stunts in the routine. Should not get exactly the same score. The team who has 15 stunts versus the team who did 12 stunts should have a higher score if everything else is equal. Look at the hand grips and the beginning body positions for spinning skills. When scoring stunts, start with your majority grid. Then find the skill level for each stunt using your progression sheet. Ask yourself, has the team hit majority? Has the team used extra bases? Are the stunts performed exactly the same? Correlate the progression with the key. Here's an example. Team does a super elite, and an elite. That is a 5 plus 5 plus 3/4. That is in the 9.1 to 9.5 range. Because the stunt performed is elite versus advanced, the team would score higher in the range. You may slide the score up or down depending on the skills performed. When looking at pyramid's execution, it is worth 10 points. Everything listed in execution of partner stunts applies to pyramids. Look at the connections during the pyramid. How is the spacing between the stunts? Are the stunts leaning into each other? Are arms fully extended or bent because the stunts are too close? Take a look at your execution indicators and note that there are specific ones for pyramids that you need to focus on. They have an asterisk. Use the partner stunt progression sheet in conjunction with the pyramid progression sheet as you are evaluating difficulty. Look for the teams to use connections for pyramid visuals, braced release pyramid visuals, braced roll pyramid visuals, braced flip pyramid visuals, maximizing pyramid visuals with single base skills, and using most or all of the team members in the sequence. Find the 3 hardest skills. Look for extra bases while the team is performing a skill. Slide the score based upon the progression of the 3 skills within the level: super elite, elite, advanced, intermediate, or basic. Look at the number of participants involved in the sequence, the number of stunt groups that are involved in the sequence, and the variety of skills performed. Look at the grip technique on the spinning skills. Look at the synchronization, if applicable. Look for the braced releases, rolls, and/or flip visuals. The team only needs to have 1 stunt group performing during the pyramid sequence. The skills performed set the range. The score may slide up or down because another team performing the same skills may use 2 stunt groups. Both may be in the same range, but the team utilizing more groups would score higher. When scoring pyramids, find the skill level for the stunts used in the pyramid utilizing the pyramid progression sheet along with the stunt progression sheet. Has the team used extra bases? Is the team using more than 1 stunt group? How many team members are used in the sequence? Are the stunts braced or unbraced? Here's another example. The team does super elite, and elite. That's a 5, 5, 3/4, which puts the team in a 9.1 to 9.5 range. Because the stunt performed is elite versus advanced, the team would score higher in that range. You may slide the score up or down depending on the skills performed. You are also responsible for the jumps. The execution is worth 5 points. Look for the proper technique and form. Look for the height and synchronization. Utilize the jump execution indicators on your resource sheet. Focus in on the approach, the positioning of the chest, so the chest is lifted, the height of the jumps in correlation with everyone else that is jumping on the team, where the arms are placed, the flexibility, the toe point, and the landing. Jump difficulty is out of the 5-point range. Please use your jumps progression sheet. Full team doing 3 different advanced jumps would score at the top of the range. Basic jumps, and all of them having the same difficulty weight, are tuck, X jump, or herky. The advanced jumps, all having the same difficulty weight, would be toe touch, pike, left hurdler, right hurdler, and double 9. Remember that if a team does only 2 of the same jumps by repeating the same jump and then doing a 3rd advanced jump, they will be a little bit lower in the range. You want to see 3 different advanced jumps by the entire team to reach the highest level of a 5.0. Overall effect is 5 points total. This 5 points is an overall rating of the visual appeal and execution of the entire routine. Check out the flow of the routine from piece to piece, transitions within the different skills and also from one piece to another. Does one set of skills lead right into another set? Does the team stop and walk to another formation and a set of bases before starting back into the performance? Look at the execution of the skills. Skills that look unsafe or fall take away from the overall entertainment value of the routine. Look for the variety of visuals, levels, and skills throughout the routine. Look at the fast and clean transitions. The wow factor. Did it have great pace and energy throughout? Does the crowd want to get into the performance? Are there cool and creative visuals with skills, formation changes, and the cheer? Each judge is responsible to place their own overall score on the score sheet. You do not have to discuss this with your partner. This is your own score. This is the end of the score sheet review for Judges 3 and 4. We hope you found this review helpful. Use this review prior to taking Part 3 on the comprehensive exam. Remember to work collaboratively with your partner to come up with the scores that go on the score sheet. You are scoring the partner stunts, pyramids, and jumps in the music section only. If a team does partner stunts, pyramids, and/or jumps in the cheer and not in the music portion of the routine, you cannot give them a score for those skills when scoring the music section. They must be awarded a 0 for both execution and difficulty. They are not required to use these skills in their cheer, but are required to do them in the music portion of the routine. If a team does the best darn extensions, libs, or other skills lower on the progression sheet, be sure you are crediting them with a high execution score. While they may have a lower difficulty score, they should be rewarded for their execution appropriately. Conversely, if a team's difficulty is high on the progression sheet, their score should reflect that. However, if their execution is poor, their execution score should be reflective of that as well. Your overall effect score is your own opinion of the routine.